Hey guys, welcome back for another episode of They Ain't Your Friends podcast. Are we doing introductions?
I mean, if you feel so inclined to introduce yourself.
I'm Nidra.
I'm Andrea.
And I'm Toya.
All right, so we're back for another week. We missed a week, but that was because of technical difficulties.
Yeah.
So we're trying to get the hang of this YouTube thing and video, so bear with us. But anyway, we wrapped up another week of our lives. So how was everything? Did you guys do anything interesting?
No.
Isn't that crazy how like you just literally cannot remember like 4 days ago?
Well, I know I had 3 cocktail events back to back to back. Like, I had to wear cocktail dresses for 3 weeks in a row, which was very unusual, like me. I don't know. It got old, like, by the work, but I did like the event. But I was tired of dressing up. The third one was your work event.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean, I just got tired of wearing heels. But it wasn't like different to have something different to do. And then this week, I was just super mom, like soccer mom, but football and basketball all weekend long. Like Dylan's day yesterday was basketball game, birthday party, football game. It was supposed to be another birthday party sleepover, but we just canceled that. And then today we had more football. And he's at basketball right now. I just didn't have to take him. But this life, and if I had more than one boy or more than one child,
It comes alive.
I just don't know how y'all do it.
I know. And so I was at this cheer gym from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. yesterday. In and out.
Yeah.
Because I had to get Mackenzie ready for a little birthday party. And then shopping with her is a mess. She's so plain Jane. I was like, get something else.
And you want to be like, get something?
Yeah.
I was, but like,
Some glitter.
so no, it wasn't even that. So like, even with her shoes, she was like, Mommy, I want some Vans. I was like, okay, cool. I'll get you some new Vans because you need some. And that's what you wear. Like, that complements your skinny legs and your feet. So we gonna work with that. So I was like, but get some Vans with like something, like some pizzazz. She was like, oh my God. She picked out these basic red and blue ones. I was like, I'm not buying it. The girl in the store was like, oh my God. Like, we was having a whole, like, I had to walk away. I had to decompress. It's just too much. But she walked away with some really cute Vans, and then then I bought her some shoes. So I put her, like, her whole little, she just had on a black shirt and some black jeans or whatever. And the Vans had a lot of colors and stuff in it, but they was more skating. So then Mac was like, why would you wear some shoes you just got to the skate? Then you rolling over in crystals and they stick. I said, you don't know the people's over there. They did.
Oh.
So, I was like, leave her alone. And then he was like, oh my God, you got holes in your jeans. It's cold outside. I was like, oh.
I'm not going to be outside.
Oh my God. I said, Kenzie, don't listen to your father get in the car. So, but it was just a lot. I was so tired. I went to bed at 9 o'clock. I did see Harriet.
Oh, you did?
It was really,
Oh,
really
was
good.
that good?
It was good. It was really good. And like, it taught me things that I didn't know. Like,
That's what my parents said.
Yeah.
I did not know that there were black slave catchers, because everything that you see or whatever, you only hear about like white people being slave catchers, but I didn't know like your very own people snitching on you, like dry snitching. And just the message of it all was a lot. It was dry snitching. It was really bad. So I took me and the kids, both of the girls and said, because everybody kept saying, you want to take Mikhail? I was like, yes, because she needs to know this too.
Yeah, I did.
I said, Kel, what did you learn? I learned, Mommy, white people are trash. I was like, oh my God.
That is not the
Black
takeaway
people,
initial.
thumbs up. Did you see how Harriet rocked that? And she made a whole rap. White people trash, black people trash. In the middle of the movies. Like, in the lobby of the movie. Yes.
You're not going to be able to take her back to school. Be like, before we get to school, you're going to have to de-institutionalize her. Because she's real militant right now.
I was turning my head, was like, Cam, did you learn anything else?
Like, that's not the takeaway message I wanted you to get.
Harriet was the bomb though. Like she went into like this. I had to keep asking her, what did Harriet do? So then she was like telling me things. But that girl is crazy. She was like, I mean, you see them white people? They some trash, Mommy.
Like, that's not the takeaway message.
Trash.
That's not the takeaway I wanted you to get. But
I was like, hell, okay. And then Kenzie, she had to go her little scholarly piece. I think we're not talking to you right now.
That's my girl. Don't mind us. We also have a little hors d'oeuvres and wine.
Yes.
Some of us drinking
so
wine.
I'm just
Some of us drinking liquor.
I mean, don't judge me.
I mean, don't judge me.
Y'all be sleepy. I still be right now.
Oh, really?
Wine makes me sleepy.
And you gonna be ready to pop.
Well,
It's already dark outside.
I was hesitant about coming because it's dark outside. I said, it's 5:30.
I was like, it's 5:30. It's
So
gonna be
literally
dark.
5:30.
It's gonna be dark regardless.
When
Like,
I pulled up,
that's
I
life
felt like
these
it was
days.
midnight. It's so dark outside.
You know, it's Eastern Standard or whatever it is.
I wish they stopped playing with this time. I wish they would just cut it out altogether.
No, I would like daylight saving time to stay. Like, I would love it to be light at 6:30 all year round. Like,
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I need it to stay there. Because I was talking to somebody and they were saying how they have like seasonal depression because it's so dark.
Yeah, it's so dark in the morning.
I was like, well, the first step is admitting.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, you can buy lights. Like, they have artificial
That's what
lights
she
that people
said.
have in
She
the
was going
office.
to do like therapy.
Yeah.
To try to
They do
get
like
her.
it's a sad seasonal affective disorder. Yeah, and the people that get sad this time of year. They say like people who live in like Alaska and stuff, they can get it because you know they'll have like 6 months of darkness and 6 months of daylight, and they say it's really big like in areas like that have that type of
I can imagine.
situation.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not that kind of podcast, and that's not what we're here to talk about
No, we're
today.
not. But I was just saying,
You know, you're right. All right, so what are we talking about today, ladies? Onisha, what you do this weekend? You had an event. You went somewhere last night.
Yeah, and then we didn't find her last weekend. I saw her sitting. I said, "Friend, where you been? Silent on the group text, silent on the Instagram. Friend, where you been? Where you been, friend?"
Oh, can we talk about this?
I mean, we ain't got to talk about that. I just was saying that I didn't see her.
Where you were last weekend? Where were you?
I was in
Busy. I was busy.
Hi.
I said, "Friend."
We can y'all up later when we get more details.
Lots been going on. Two weekends in a row dressed up, which was a nice. It's actually a nice.
It is a nice change.
It's
You're
a
right.
nice
Ask
change.
me where I was dressed up at. No goddamn where. I was doing trunk or treat with the goddamn kids.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So that was cool. Also, my oldest got on a roll.
Woo! That is great.
Y'all.
That is amazing.
Y'all.
I wish
You
I
know
would
how-
have said something like that.
Yeah, so y'all know how like you see on Instagram, when you see on social media, everybody's always posting like honor roll babies.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and there's some kids that just like they don't get no love,
Mhm.
all right? But he made honor roll, so his incentive was he got his ears pierced. I don't know if you could you.
No, I didn't even notice
When
that.
we finish, I'm
We
gonna get
going
him.
to see him.
So he
Because
got
you know Auntie Toya is his favorite.
He did get it.
Yeah, we actually made it a family affair, so all of us got our ears pierced.
Oh, let me see.
So
Because you had said you might get your third.
so I got my third. Aiden got her second, and Javon got his first.
What did Dad
So-
say?
I already like.
At this point, he was just like, sure.
Yeah.
If this is what gets him there.
Yeah, so it's funny. So when I sent him the picture, he's like, "Those are too small." I'm like,
You didn't even want to get
Didn't
his
even
ear.
wanna get
Daddy
it.
got to be balling out of the truck.
"Yeah." So, but I was like, "No, I wanted to get him small because he's putting on a helmet
Yeah.
like a couple days a week." And I was like, "We ain't trying to fool around with like
Yeah.
really sensitive, infected ears." So
Mhm.
none of that. So that was cool. We continue the year of 40s and the year of parties. So we've been to a lot of parties this year.
Yeah.
And it's not going to happen again for another 10 years because the people won't be having 50th birthday parties. But we can wait on
This
that.
weekend, my dad went to his 50th class reunion.
Wow.
I was like, dang! That is no joke. Like,
Wow.
The
Yeah.
fact that they have a planning committee is like awesome.
oh yeah, plus it's local. Like he went to McKinley Tech, so
Oh,
you know some
okay.
of the people are still here
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So
Yeah, that's really cool. So that was, and then other than that, it's like these kids' schedules, like y'all was saying, I have 2 kids in 2 different sports. So Saturday morning, I had to take Aiden to practice, come home to take Javon to White Oak, come back, pick up Aiden from practice. And then I almost had to go back up to White Oak to get Javon.
Wow.
And I was like, I told his dad, I was like, can you please? I was like, that's 4 trips up and down the Beltway.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Between 8 and 12:30. So, but that was cool. But other than that, yeah, just life, mommy.
yeah,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah. So, so let's get into our topic this week. Who's going to introduce it? I guess I can introduce it.
Go ahead.
So we are following up. Was that last week? It was the week before
I feel like it's been a long time.
that we talked about power. And
Well, yeah, because we didn't record last week. So the
Right.
week before we talked about. No.
It was like 3 or 4 weeks ago.
yeah,
We talked, because we was talking about
Tasha,
Tasha,
Right.
do right by
teacher
Tariq.
Tariq. Yeah. So we're back on Power because last Sunday.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, definitely a spoiler alert. Last Sunday they
Wait a
had
minute,
the
pause. It's not. Because if you haven't seen it by now or read about it,
Well,
seen something.
That's why I'm actually caught up because, it comes on Sunday. And, even by Sunday, so this, I feel like there needs to be some rules of engagement.
mm-hmm.
Like, the people who watch the on-demand that comes out at midnight,
Yeah.
they know they should not talk about it until minimally 10 o'clock after the regular airing time comes.
Agreed.
And my thing is, what do you get out of doing? You know nobody else ain't watched it yet. Just because
Or
you press...
subliminals. Oh, man. Oh, damn. Who shot him?
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not subliminal because it's obvious as heck what you're talking about. So anyway...
Just Hilarious did it. I was like, girl, I would have never stopped on your page.
That's what I'm saying. So I just was scrolling. So I was like, let me watch this before I can't go on Instagram anymore. So
right.
spoiler alert, but as Toya said, it's a week and some change later. So if you haven't seen it, I don't know what to tell you. So come back when you do.
Yeah, so they had their mid-series finale.
Mm-hmm.
But
mid-season.
It is mid-season.
It's mid-season because there's only 3 episodes after. They didn't do their numbers right.
Oh, that's it?
That's
It's not the halfway
It's
point.
only, they said it's only like 3 episodes.
Oh.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I heard 3.
I think you're right. I think I might have 5. Either way, it's not mid.
It's not
You're
mid.
right.
It's not. It's just
So
not
they'll
mid.
be coming back in January 2020, but the mid-season finale had basically Ghost just pissing off every single person that came across his path. I mean, he is smelling himself.
He was so cocky.
He's
God.
smelling himself. So they set up really interesting, I will say, of how his interactions with Angela's sister, whose name I cannot remember.
B. Something with
Belka?
a B.
No, it's not.
Berta?
That's
Not with a B. Belta?
Belkalis.
No.
No. Cardi B.
That is Cardi B.
I don't know.
But yeah, something like that.
Angela's sister. So the way they set up his interaction with Angela's sister, the way they set up his interaction with Dre, they set up his interaction with Tommy, with Tasha, with Tariq, and then with
Dre.
I did Dre, the DA, Wax, no, what's his name? The white guy.
Oh,
Sex. So all these people have like serious vendettas against and also Lawrence Tate.
Oh,
What's his name?
yeah.
Tate.
Commissioner.
Tate.
Oh, yes.
Tate.
Council member Tate. Yes.
Yes, Councilmember Tate. Also, with how they set up, so all these people, have been crossed by Ghost, and Ghost is like, look, he was offered a seat to run for lieutenant governor.
But here's my thing. Before we even get there, why the show went from A to Z? He had been so meticulously careful and sweet to everyone and nice and playing his cards right and humble. To last episode, he was like, F all y'all. Yeah. You don't know me like that. You don't know who I am.
When I get that seat,
I got you. I don't got you. I don't like you. You know, he really carried Dre.
I don't need you.
Like, how did he go from being like, look, I'm trying to work with you, trying to make things happen, 2 weeks ago, to last week he was like, screw you, because I'm about to be the man.
Well, that's part of the problem. He know he's about to be the man. So it's like, now y'all need me.
Yeah. And in what world could James St. Patrick
really
run for lieutenant governor?
That's what I'm saying.
Whatever in his closet.
They saying, I guess that was in parallel with Trump being president.
Is it?
That's what
but a black man who done done all this.
Yeah.
I was like, in what world could he actually be lieutenant governor? But sure.
You're correct.
I'm going to go with it.
Right,
we're going to go with it.
But he was just really telling people, I don't really need you in my corner no more. Now you need me because I'm about to be the man. For real, I'm going to be the man. But he just was an asshole.
He was yes.
Even 15 minutes in, I was like, you a fucking asshole.
Yeah, he really was.
He was.
He was real cocky with it. Now, sidebar. 50 Cent is so disrespectful.
No, we're not talking about this. We're not going to talk about this. We're not going to talk about this.
Part of the issue him and Tasha. Now, how he did Tasha, his own kid's mother was disrespectful.
Have you seen this?
No.
But when he
not gonna talk about
smooched her and pushed her head
Yeah.
down, but then next she had a picture with in a high ponytail, but she had no edges, and he was like
50 Cent now, not Kanan.
somebody he reposted
50
in
Cent.
his defense, he reposted somebody's tweet like he pushed her edges back when he was
Because in the picture she has this ponytail
but it ain't that.
and there are no edges. But Notori Naughton, not Tasha, Notori Naughton, is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, Notori.
She clapped back and was like, "This is real disrespectful and
50 Cent mean much.
yeah."
Like,
and he actually, the one time I've ever seen 50 issue an apology, I guess because he's probably cool with her, he was like, "My bad, I was just trying to be funny. I'm sorry." He actually apologized to her, but yeah,
I missed all of that.
Girl, it was
Yeah.
like ooh,
yes, she didn't have any edges.
like it was gone. No baby hair.
It was just a lot of forehead.
She didn't. She ain't trying to make
It was
none.
just a lot of forehead. It was like.
It was so bad. I'm sorry, but I digress. But
But you right.
like he treated her bad. Like he just didn't give a shit about Nobody at all.
He's just, and it's so funny because a common theme, of course, throughout this entire series, and in particular this season, has been that Ghost has always been out for himself and nobody else, which is absolutely true.
And everybody has always said that. Tasha's always said that. Tommy has always said that.
And now
Kanan used to say that.
Yeah, now Tariq is like, no, because now he wants Tariq to, he also wants Tariq to turn himself in for shooting that crooked cop. And he's like, you know, it'll be for the best or whatever. And last season, Ghost did say to him, I will take the fall for you.
Yeah.
Like, I will do that for you. And now he's like, now that he sees that lieutenant governor position in view, he's like, oh no, you need to go ahead. Let's try to wrap up these loose ends.
Mm-hmm.
But to get down to like the meat of the last show was the last 30 seconds of the show, we see Ghost falling from the balcony of his club with a gunshot. Yeah. So now everybody's like, who shot Ghost? So we're going to discuss.
Who shot JR situation.
Yes.
Are you like the second person to say that?
It is. Y'all remember that from the 80s?
From Dallas.
Dallas. So who shot Ghost? So here are the options again. We have Dre, we have Tasha, we have Tariq, we have Councilmember Tate, we got Sax, we got Tommy, and we got Angela's sister.
Well, so we can X out Dre.
7 people.
Can we?
Cause he in jail.
No, he was out.
Dre's out.
He and the girl. Yeah, he and the.
Cause he snitched.
Yeah, he lied.
Yeah,
he lied.
It was even beyond
the
snitch. Him and the police officer made a deal. She was like, "Do you know anything about this?" And he was like, "Oh, not only do I know, I was there."
Yeah,
Terry Silver. Yeah, he lied
about the murder of Terry Silver.
Right,
but like that detective, her accent, I it's just too much.
But it's better because at first, when she first came on the show, she was too like hard.
Yeah, and it's just her accent.
Yeah, and all of them were on their way and looked like two truths.
Yes,
in that moment.
They did.
So we didn't know who was angry with him. Well, we know everybody was angry with him.
I'm going with Tariq.
So you think what's your theory about?
I'm gonna go with either Tariq or Tasha.
Okay, so what are your theories?
Okay, because Tariq is just like. He just feels like his father's going to snitch on him. So he's like, no, I'm not going to jail. I'm not built for this. And we all know
We know he's not.
And he's not built for it. Or Tasha, because he has the dirt on Tasha as far as shooting Lakeisha.
Yeah, he knows that she shot
So
Lakeisha.
I think it's between those two. I don't think anybody else got there on time to do it.
Okay, what do you got, Andrea?
Oh, sidebar. This is not real politically correct, so I'm trying to approach it.
You got me to say it?
Come on, me.
It'll be better if it comes from me. You do well with it.
Have y'all seen the memes of him as a paraplegic?
Oh, I was thinking about that. Yes, he come back in a wheelchair with that same suit on him.
The internets are undefeated.
Yes. And he be talking about who shot me. He
got to do it. But they make his legs look like a little atrophied, and it's just funny.
He in the little chair. Who shot me?
It's like a Murray Harper's face and the little body, and I was like, who me to Rolling Ray. If y'all don't know who Rolling Ray is, go to Instagram, hashtag Rolling Ray, and then you're going to be mad at us for introducing y'all to Rolling Ray.
Yeah, they looking like Rolling Ray.
You're going to be very upset.
Why did they do that? Okay, so sidebar. I forgot what I was saying.
I wanted to say that too. I wanted to say
what I was talking about. Yeah, I don't think it's Tariq.
Okay.
I think it might be a dream. Because who gonna shoot him? And if it's not Tommy, I don't think they did the show justice. Because like I felt like the whole last episode was all about Ghost. But I feel like the whole show has always been Ghost and Tommy and their relationship. I know it is Ghost show. I know it's about Ghost or Jamie. But I don't know. I just feel like, if anybody kills him, it should be Tommy. Because
that's why.
That's fair.
It can't
right.
be him.
That's
the obvious choice.
It
right.
should be
but
him.
I almost think he's dreaming, too. Because, I mean... But then again, the show's going off.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I try to think, like, he can't be dreaming because the show is about to leave, and they have to do, like, the whole spin-off.
Right.
So that's
true.
why.
And, excuse me, you're right. Tyreek would be the perfect person for the spinoff and pick up from the fact that he
But then that's too predictable now that we say it like that.
Right.
True.
So what you say?
Right.
So,
I definitely ruled out. I ruled out Tasha. I don't think she's gonna when shit hits the fan. I don't think she's gonna actually pull the trigger, regardless of like whatever she feels about him, because they just have too much dirt on each other. Like they just have too much dirt on each other.
That's why I would kill somebody.
mm-hmm.
So I honestly think that when it comes down to it, she's not. She won't be the one to do it. Sax, no,
it's not
gonna be Sax. And I also don't think it would be. I don't think it'd be Tommy, because also Tommy in the last episode was basically like, "I'm not gonna let you leave me." Yeah, because remember...
I remember they were down before somebody started shooting at them. Who was that, by the way? Did we know who that was?
That was another thing.
Know.
That was another thing. Because who was that black man
he was
that
just a
died?
security guard. I think he was. I thought he was a security guard or somebody. But yeah, who rolled up on them?
They never said anything. So then I started thinking it was Jason's people.
I had thought that for a second too, but then I felt like they would have told us that. They kept that a mystery.
And then right now, Jason's people are after Dre because they think that Dre killed
That's
Jason.
right, they do.
Okay.
So,
are they? Did they say that?
Well, the police think Dre killed Jason.
You remember?
The police think it, but do they think it? Because his meeting was supposed to be with Ghost.
Wait. I got another person that they didn't even mention. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So I think when it comes down to it, it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be the obvious. So I'm thinking it's going to be either. It's going to be Dre. Is going to shoot him.
Yeah, old punk though. I just can't believe they would give that to him. I can't believe they would give that to him.
But I think it'll either be Dre or it's going to be Angela's sister.
No.
I said Angela.
I'm going back to, what's the lawyer's name? His cousin, Benny. What's his cousin name?
Oh, yeah.
But I thought Tommy killed Benny.
Did he
kill
Benny?
They got in a fight.
They did get in a fight.
Benny.
Oh, yeah.
Benny did.
Sometimes I'll be tuning out. Sometimes, never mind. I thought I said something.
She be sleeping. She don't be reminded.
I do. Because I be like that. What now? I'm like doze off. I might be on the phone for a little bit.
Yeah.
That's not be too much.
Because what if Angela ain't dead? No, we did see her at the morgue.
She did.
And
she got buried there.
Yeah, her sister came to identify the body.
But I honestly think they're not going to go with the most obvious.
I agree with that, but I feel like it would only be fair to give that to Tyler. I don't think he's dead.
He's not dead. He's definitely not dead.
I don't even know if he was shot. Because the way it would happen, if we would have got in the club and been able to shoot him like that and all of that, I don't know.
Yeah, he
did
get shot in the chest.
But I've heard a couple of people say Ramona. Some people thought Ramona for
what's wrong with Ramona lips?
That's what she was
doing hydration treatment or something. Y'all ain't never see. Pay attention. Go back and just get her.
I kind of know what you're talking about because they're like puckered, but a little.
But then it's like a lot of creases in there. It's like a lot of creases. Y'all go back. Just rewind like 2 seconds of Ramona and y'all go see. I don't know if it's the lipstick, the matte that she uses. Is not complimentary of her. I'm so sorry.
Y'all
never thought about that, but somebody else mentioned it. I was like, yes! That was what I thought.
This is the kind of stuff we did with Toya.
Ramona,
you just take it or you
wrong
don't take it.
I tell y'all, go back. When y'all look. viewers,
Oh,
and y'all listeners and viewers,
That's
if,
like
when
Godzilla.
you all go, y'all don't have to watch the whole episode. Just fast forward to Ramona and look at her lips. It's something that
I know what you're saying. Like, they're like
right.
puckered. She might have had like a recent Botox, but
No, it's something about the lipstick. She got eczema on the lip. I don't know what it is, but it ain't right. It ain't right. I don't know what it is. Something not right. But I saw a meme about it, so then I knew what it was. They thought about it.
well, there you have it. I don't even know what to say to that.
I'm so sorry, Mona, but you know.
well, I don't think Ramona did that. I think she has a reason to do it.
Well, maybe she found out about him and she was like, you know what? I will not be lied to by another man. I'm sick of this. Because we know her husband did her dirty and they talk about that every episode. So maybe she's like, you know what? I'm just done with this. And she flipped out.
A woman scorned.
Yeah. So, do you guys think there was no possibility that Tate did it?
Well, no, that was too obvious.
Yeah.
Because he had everything to lose.
And why would they give him that? Like, then what?
I think they only made us think it could be him.
Because he had something. Yeah, and he has something, like, everybody hates him, so he could be one of the people.
But he also proved that he could shoot somebody because he shot that guy.
Because he's a police officer. He's a police officer.
And he shot the guy
Yeah.
at the fundraiser that they set up. So.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we have, you said Tariq.
I think Tariq Tasha.
Tariq Tasha.
I think Tommy were a dream.
Okay.
Because he was there thinking, and he was being very, like, introspective during the whole process and thinking about how he got here, da-da-da. Then I thought it was
That's
interesting
true.
that we had the whole scene with Glenn Turman, and we had never really heard a lot about his upbringing and his father and stuff. So
Oh,
they just
yeah.
do that in there this week. Like, the show get ready to go off, and now we get some
Now we
history
know, about his father.
how he got to where
Yeah.
he got to. So, not that I think Glenn Turman is involved in this, but I think that it's either Dream or Tommy. Like, they gotta get at Tommy. So, that's my
Okay.
choice.
And I have either Angela's sister or Dre. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see come January.
Whatever, I will say that though, whatever they have done this season, like, I hate Dre. Like, his character is the word, and it's so funny because I follow Timmy on Instagram, and he was like, you know, I appreciate y'all. Because he was like, based on my DMs and the stuff that people say to me, he was like, I know we doing a good job and we bringing y'all good
He's
content.
playing his character well.
Because he's like, the stuff y'all be saying, like, y'all crazy. Y'all know I'm not great. Like, that's what he kind of wanted to say. But it was so gracious. It was like, you know, I appreciate y'all watching.
But that's what Angela used to say on her Instagram. She's like, I'm not Angela. Like, y'all, leave me alone.
But you know, with some crazy black woman on the street, right? Like, you all in his relationship, and you know it's crazy. You know it's a black woman too.
But I also seen the meme for people that watch this. They was like, y'all think y'all hate Tariq and Dre? They hate the daughter from Greenleaf and the wife.
Oh. Now I watch Greenleaf, but
I watch Greenleaf.
Only thing I know about Greenleaf is what's the lady loving? What's the woman? She be in the Tyler Perry movies. Oh, Lynn Whitfield.
Oh, yeah,
That's all I know from Greenleaf.
But if you watch Greenleaf, like I had those exact sentiments. I can't even think of it. What's her name? I don't even know these characters.
I mean, because I see Demetria Lucas, she posts about she posts about some characters.
Yes, but they are a mess. Like I was like, you are right. I hate them too. I agree.
People hate Tariq. I mean, I don't hate Tariq. I just roll my eyes at him.
If he was my child, I would beat the shit.
But Dre,
he gets on my
Dre I'm just like, dang, at every turn, you just an old punk. Like, every turn.
And I think, you know, the one thing that I am appreciating about this season is that they're showing how everybody eventually will turn on people and tell.
Yeah.
When
everybody has something that, but they say that though, like, whatever your thing is, whether it's your kids or your livelihood or whatever,
your aspirations.
Yeah.
Because I would snitch. I would. Don't do a crime around me. I gotta go to jail.
Right.
I don't do jail.
He's like one of those people. I'm gonna be like, so look, let me see if I can find her text message. I think she was at the Giant at 7:59.
Matter of fact, I remember. If you look at my call log, I was talking to her. We were having a conversation while she was in the car on her way to this. Yeah, so you might not want to do that.
Yeah, I agree.
That's why you do crimes alone, because that way
can't
nobody know.
If I don't have another takeaway from all my true crime, I ain't telling nobody. Like, that is always the death of people. Like, either they try to hire somebody, but not only they hire people, then they be like, the first person said no, so they want the person person too. What? You guys want to kill your husband?
That's what I'm saying.
Then
you gotta do it
you
yourself
can't do
and
it
do
with
it by
someone else.
yourself.
Because the person you do it with, then they told their circle, they'll tell like one person, and that one person feel guilty. Like, you could not, like, that is, if I have learned nothing else from all my true crime, is that if I ever commit a crime, do it by yourself. Because people crack, or they tell their one person that they think they can tell, or then like the ones who be criminals, they brag about it. They be like, yeah, you heard about that murder? They be talking about in the news. Yeah, that was me and this lady. And they be like, then somebody at the jailhouse snitch be like, yeah. So the dude who was in my cell was like, it was him and this lady who did. Don't tell anyone. And then the people who asked multiple people to kill somebody, that just blows my mind. They was like, yeah, but before she had got so-and-so to kill, she was at the bar and she was talking to this dude. And that so shows you how people are so ignorant. Because they go up to people they think are criminals.
Right.
And they say stuff like, so, you know, you're going to earn the $5,000. And they offer somebody $5,000 to kill their child, kill their husband. I'll be like, $5,000? I wish I would get the death penalty for $5,000. That's all I ever think about. Like,
exactly.
You gotta weigh. People be going to jail. They be like, if you kill my husband, the life insurance is coming in. You can get $5, your boy can get $5, or you get $15, your boy get $5. They be like, that $15,000? I am not going to jail for $15,000.
That's it.
I ain't going to jail for $2 million, let alone, because the jail just to me feels like being in a Catholic buried alive. Like, that's how I think about jail. Like, the idea of jail is like one of my worst
Such an
fears.
invasion of privacy, and I couldn't do it.
It feels like a fear to me. So we haven't digressed, but these are our thoughts on power.
So that's it on power. The second thing we wanted to talk about was, it's so interesting because when we were in Barbados, about a month ago. Yeah, we did.
Okay.
About a month ago, we had watched the Whitney documentary on Netflix or
Netflix.
And I had seen it before, but we had watched it again, and we had this conversation about, everybody knows, if you are at all familiar with Whitney, you know about her best friend Robin.
She's like, lesbian. Whitney was a lesbian. Let's just tell
and
facts.
there were always
because
these
you can look at
rumors.
Robin now. She's a lesbian.
But, okay.
There were always
we can come back to our thoughts
yes.
real quick. Go
There
ahead,
were always
Nisha,
these rumors around Whitney's relationship with her best friend Robin, and it was funny because we went to Barbados. We were talking like, yeah, you know, Whitney's been dead for a few years now.
That was a decade. I feel like.
I'm looking at it.
Okay, yeah. And we were like, dang, man, Robin has not broken her code of silence. Like, she hadn't said
You right.
nothing.
We
You remember?
did. We did. Yeah.
Remember, we were like, man, everybody else has been coming out and saying, you know, whatever. Like, we was like, man, she hasn't said nothing. Well, she came out with a book. So,
she died February 2012, so it's been 7 years.
7 years.
That was a decade.
Yeah.
Almost?
Yeah, almost. So, we just wanted to
Andrew type there, Whitney did.
I'm just saying, quick. Let's how you get quick to the information.
I know, I'm so
quick to the information. Like, why we'll put it in?
Whitney did.
I mean, instead of saying when did Whitney die?
Google know what I'm saying. Obviously they knew. Now my bad. It wasn't the most sensitive thing, but I know nobody else is gonna find out about it. Sorry.
So So Robin has now come out with a tell-all book, which I'm literally shocked about the fact that she came out with a book, because I really thought that she wasn't going to say anything. I thought she was going to take it to her grave.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to have a sex conversation, and she all in it. You know what I'm saying? We have talked about this before, and then y'all can see it. Usually you don't get to see it because we're on the podcast, but now you guys can see
super
the type of
nosy with
stuff
your
we
text
go
messages.
through.
She's super nosy.
Don't ask me what happened. That's all.
When I get on murder charges, so ain't gonna be able to be like, "Oh, I was over there."
No,
She was planning.
remember when she said I was being nosy? Don't ask me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So
we sorry.
This
is how our relationship is. Like, if y'all ever want to peek into how we interact, this is it.
Yeah. So, what do you guys think about? Well, they're not really revelations.
No.
No.
Nah.
If you saw that documentary, no.
True. But the other thing I was going to highlight is on Dateline last night. So Robin was on Dateline last night.
She's been making the rounds.
Why they had to keep showing her full head to toe? Because like you can tell they was emphasizing that she has has a lot of masculine energy.
First of all, this up said enough.
But when you see the whole, she has on like Oxfords and the blazer. I was like, they don't gotta keep doing this. And you can tell they were doing it to emphasize the point.
She's less.
Yes, and I was like, they don't have to keep. They don't have to keep doing
The
this.
little bit that I saw from this up, I was like, Robin, there's nothing else to be said.
Well, she has a wife and a child now, so I mean, it's not like she's in the
But
closet.
even
I saw that on. I read that on something.
at the end of the documentary, it stated that she had moved.
Oh, maybe that's where I saw it then.
Because
Oh, okay.
whenever she left, whatever part of the
She now like has a whole other life.
yeah.
But I think she came clean. Maybe it's just a money grab, or maybe she's like, I'm tired of people telling my story, so I might as well tell it myself. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
the world is a different place than the 80s. And so maybe because people wouldn't trip if Whitney was a lesbian. Like, I don't think anybody would care.
Except for her mama.
Yeah,
Or
her
her
mother.
mother,
I think
yes.
the mother was the issue.
True. That's very
Yeah.
true.
Because, but the way Robin was like, if y'all watch that documentary on Netflix, the way Robin was like in the background, it was
All the
just
time. It was
Yeah.
so creepy.
Like a spouse. But Robin made it sound like, so I watched the Dateline interview, and I guess this is in a book. It sounds like, I mean, she admits to the relationship, but she basically, too, didn't want to sensationalize this. Like, this wasn't like some book about Whitney was a lesbian. Well, at least she didn't say that in an interview. It was more about, yes, we did have that aspect of our relationship, but that was over, like, early on. And then the rest of the time she was with her, because she was dating Eddie Murphy and Bobby Brown. So she was like, she said during their relationships, they were no more.
Robin lied. Okay? Because the way Robin was actually
But they
mad
said-
and tried to fight Bobby. Y'all was still sleeping together.
But
Robin.
they said like she was obviously an integral part in her life, and she was one of the few people that actually looked out for Whitney and didn't care about like the paycheck. So that's what she was. You know, they said that in all the documentaries.
And
like,
I
a lot
agree.
of people.
That's what a
you
true
know.
lover does. A true lover does that.
You're right. You're right.
So, while you in there about to rustle Bobby, because one time they said her and Bobby got into an altercation, and
It is on the
Bobby
documents.
did not win. Robin, y'all was in a whole relationship. You just got mad because you was second fiddle. And like anybody else, you get tired of it. You know you deserve better, so you
Yeah.
do better. That's all you had to say, Robin. We didn't need a book for that. But go ahead and make your little coin.
Yeah, I mean, it was no revelations in her interview, and I'm sure in the
Yeah.
book that. I mean, like, it's probably little snippets from behind the scenes. Like she had said, Eddie Murphy called her on her wedding day and was like, "Don't marry Bobby
Yeah.
Brown." He's
Yeah,
a
that
dog."
kind of stuff.
Like, yeah, there's those little
Yeah.
tidbits. But I think if people are looking for the salacious, like me and Whitney were in a relationship, I don't think she, at least in the interviews, maybe she's saving that for the book. But in the interview, she was like, "Yeah, we had it, but it wasn't a big deal. Like we loved each other. It was special." You know, she doesn't want to like
Girl,
make it
we know.
salacious, you know. But I was like, "Yeah, we know." Like,
Yeah,
we know.
that documentary was
Yeah.
eye-opening.
It really
For
was.
everybody. Like, I mean, from the mama, the security guard told it all.
The security
Yeah,
guard
he
did
did.
it all. He
And
did.
he was like, her and Robin was in a relationship.
He really did.
He
I
told
mean, so like Robin, I don't know why she might need a little change. Things. I don't know what she
Because
was
what's her
doing.
career now that she's not
She
with
might
Whitney?
be
I
doing
thought about
security.
that too.
Because Robin was still looking how she looked with a
She
bob.
was never
with a
security.
mushroom. With a
She
mushroom.
was
She
never
was a
security.
creative. She was a creative
No.
director.
She
The
was
way
never
she was standing behind
She
Whitney,
was
she
never
was.
security.
I thought you was
I'm turning
security.
my back. I'm not.
I know. That's what we deal with all this.
I'm not looking at her.
Robin was security.
No.
She has been creative director. She's been like her manager like type thing. She has been all kinds of things. She has never been security.
Okay. Watch the documentary.
And she took credit for, it was a weird thing, but she was like, when Whitney, you know, had her infamous singing the national anthem where she killed it, you know, still goes down as like the number one national anthem performance. She was like, she was supposed to wear a cocktail dress. But for whatever reason, in Tampa, it was colder than it was supposed to be, than it normally is in Tampa for the Super Bowl or just in general. And she was like, why don't you just wear that tracksuit in your bag? And she said Whitney was so happy because that's how Whitney dressed. Like, she wore tracksuits and comfortable clothes. And she said somehow that became, like,
It
the
worked.
moment. It did. It
Yeah,
worked
it
because it
so
looked red,
worked.
white, and blue. It was all white.
Yeah,
with
she had a little headband on. It
So
was
she
Security.
And she
tells
said Whitney
you
was
the way-
super. She said she was super comfortable, and Whitney was happy. But it was just an interesting little fact. So I think it's a lot of that kind of stuff in the book. But she was never security. Never.
If you beat somebody's husband up,
Well, that was personal.
you are security.
We're gonna move on culture needs friends this week? Who y'all got?
Let me go first.
Okay, oh no. I knew this was coming. I knew this was coming.
Okay, so 2 things. First of all, I need a friend because I almost got on social media. Matter of fact, my friend called me and was like, "You okay?" Because
Yes, what you
she saw a post. I posted on Baller Alert.
I called her. I was like, "Girl."
I missed it. Who was you arguing with?
Ja Rule. Okay, so let me tell y'all. Y'all don't know how many times I type up whole dissertations and then delete them because I be like, I ain't about to be on these public platforms but people make me so angry. And I really had it up here. So this week I had it to here with social media. First of all, being a Popeye situation.
Oh.
So I had got on Ball Alert and fussed at Ja Rule.
I did have a Popeye's chicken sandwich this week.
I had one too.
You did too?
Yeah, we
Okay.
talk about that. So, Ja Rule gets on there, Ja Rule, of all people, on Ball Alert, and he's like, I can't believe y'all niggas in here stabbing each other. And the stabbing happened locally in Oxon Hill, Maryland, so I took it some kind of way.
Yeah.
But they were like, can't believe y'all out here stealing each other over chicken sandwiches just for this. I ain't even gonna ever buy a chicken sandwich because I don't even want to be associated with this. First of all, Fire Festival, Ja Rule. We know that it wasn't over a chicken sandwich. Like, you just gotta know that. Like, you gotta know in your heart and soul that this wasn't about that. But even if it was, you don't wear no Jordans? Because niggas been killing themselves over Jordans for many, many years. Hilly Hancock's, what is the damn coat? What's the H coat? Yeah. They've been killing themselves over that. It's a whole lot of trivial stuff, Black people, unfortunately, sadly, that we've been killing ourselves over. And it's not just about that. I mean, clearly this person is unstable. Like, they done killed somebody, and it's not about the chicken sandwich. They had an altercation. It was an issue. The friends have come out. Yeah, so his friends have come out because they're like, we don't want people to think our friend died over a stupid chicken sandwich because it wasn't. But
they actually had other beef outside of the chicken sandwich?
Yeah, or they had an altercation or something,
Okay.
But for Ja Rule to come and get on his high horse as if he is somebody, Mr. went to jail for tax evasion? What did I think?
What did you say?
Well, I just said, I was just like, oh, so I guess you never gonna wear another pair of Jordans either because there's been people killing themselves over Jordans for years. So don't let me catch you in no Jordans then. And so, like, that's my thing. Like, how Ja Rule, Fire Festival, tax evasion, gonna come on in and get on his high horse. But it was all the Black people, all of y'all, all of my bougie friends on Facebook, Instagram. I saw that post so many times about the stabbing at Popeyes, and everybody was like, oh, I can't believe me killing myself over chicken sandwich. What difference is it than any other trivial stuff we've always done? So I don't know what the point is. Black people just like to be more bigger than other people on other things. Like, I just, like, don't talk about it. That, and then the other half of the Black people was upset at people for getting a sandwich. Like, the people had a sandwich. If I saw one more, oh, I hope y'all voting. Favorite listener.
Oh, God, yes.
Favorite listener, you know who you are. We already talked about Instagram. She was like, oh, if the voting line was longer than the Popeyes line was longer than the voting line. I was like, because everybody can't vote in this election, but everybody can get the Popeyes chicken sandwiches.
I ain't lying, because if I got a criminal history, I can't go down there to vote.
Well, technically, I don't live in the city that the voting is because the people in the city have said I don't live in that city, even though I live in that city. So I can't vote. But guess what? That local Popeyes is my local Popeyes. So yes, so you know, it's like that. But everybody just wants to be on a high horse.
The vote lines do be long.
The vote lines do be long. Like, I don't know where you going, but I agree. The vote lines are long.
They are long.
So I just know Black people, we like to get on that high horse. But it ain't all that. And I'm talking to all my bougie friends, because it was all my bougie friends. You know, all of us
Can I say this though?
who like to say that.
I drove my coworker to that Popeyes the same day.
Oh, did you?
So, and y'all,
Yeah, listen, I was like, I know exactly.
because you know, I work up the street.
Yeah, she don't
up
work
the
far
street
from
from
that
around the
particular
corner. I
Popeyes
work
that
at
has
least
7.
3 miles from the Popeyes.
Yeah.
So I went to the testing office, and then I came back. She was like, I just want a 2-piece dinner.
This ain't even about
She
the
was like,
sandwich.
I haven't had breakfast. She was like, thought, and I'm hungry. So I was like, cool. So we pull up. I said, girl, because the Popeyes ain't no bigger than what you see right here in the screen. It is very narrow. It is small. It's not big at all.
Okay.
Like, it's probably the length of
Okay. Oh,
the
like
celery.
this.
Yeah, it's just small.
So I said, girl, look at the line. I said, shit, the chicken sandwich out. She said, keep going. That was at 12:45. By 7 o'clock, somebody had died and got stabbed. I said, Lord Jesus.
right. You're like, Lord, thank you. Woo.
But
That's crazy.
it's just crazy because it's all tied to this sandwich, and at the end of the day,
I mean, I get it.
it's
But
kind of
it's not that big a
embarrassing.
deal. Yeah.
But I did have the sandwich.
Me too.
Would I stab somebody? No. Will I eat it again?
Not in a line.
I'm not waiting on, I didn't wait in line for the
Me
sandwich.
neither.
Not gonna wait for the sandwich. But we all tried it. I had the spicy. Did you have the original?
I had the original because I don't like spicy. So my story is I got out of class and I happened to be on the other side of town.
Oh, did they have a line?
Yeah.
Oh,
But they did eventually. So I was like, you know what? It was Wednesday night, 9 o'clock. I said I just got out of class. Since I'm not around a lot of our people,
I'm gonna go ahead and
maybe
get
I'm gonna
the
try to go to this Popeyes over here that I know, ain't in our neighborhood.
sandwich. Yeah.
So maybe it might have a little less line. So I get there, I pulled up. I was like, what the? It was one person in line, literally. And by the time I got in there, it was just me and the other person. But there were people. I mean, it was jumping for a Popeyes because they were every table was filled. Which at a Popeyes at 9 o'clock on a Wednesday is not weird. It's a fast food restaurant, but people were in there. So it had a line.
Oh.
Went there, ordered the sandwich. I was like, what in the world? She called my number. By the time I left, there were at least 12 people in line, and the park because they don't have a drive-through.
Oh,
The
okay.
parking lot was jumping. So I guess I just came in on
Wow.
a perfect but even still, it was a good line. Even for a long line, it wasn't long as some places have.
Yeah.
But I must have just got there real lucky.
Oh, wow, that's interesting.
But I was eating that sandwich. I was like, I mean, it's all right. First of all,
my kids have it.
my official critique is too big.
Yeah, it's
I
large.
don't like eating
I
stuff
had
like that.
leftovers. I ate half my sandwich and had the other half pulled.
Yeah.
Like
I don't like eating stuff like this. I just want to be able to bite into it.
Mhm.
And then, I mean, it was good as far as, I guess, also, I'm not a person who goes in, I don't eat the Chick-fil-A sandwich like that. But I felt like I wanted to try it, and it was just
wanted
as
to see
good.
the height.
Me too.
It's about the
It's
same. It is crispy, of course.
It's
With
crispy.
Chick-fil-A
Like Popeye's chicken.
it's like a chicken sandwich. So if you ate a chicken sandwich, your mother put your chicken on a piece of bread. There you go.
It's
Boom.
just like
You
that.
got a thigh on a piece of bread.
Some pickle.
Boom.
The bread is nice.
And I could have did without the pickles, but I'm
See, I
I
love a pickle. Me too.
I'm like a pickle.
I love a pickle.
I love,
But the bread was so, the chicken was so bread, I felt like the bread to chicken ratio was
Was it? Yeah.
Because again, I don't like eating a big old sandwich like that.
Mm.
But it was like you said, it was a home cooked fried chicken breast on a piece of bread, which is not necessarily my thing. But I mean, sure, I ain't standing in no line for it again. I would never stand in no aisle long.
I had it.
But I can
We
say I did
tasted
it.
Yeah.
Second thing I'm mad about this week's
Uh-oh.
social media.
I knew this was coming.
T.I. I don't know what's wrong with him.
He is.
I don't know.
Misogynist.
He is a misogynist. I don't know if he's stupid or a liar. Because the whole situation, if you don't know, if you've been living under a rock, I'm sorry, I got to call you out because this has been all over the place. So basically, T.I. said, he was on a podcast, they was talking about something. And he was,
Oh, no, it wasn't his phone.
no, it wasn't. It was another
Somebody
podcast.
else.
And he was just like, oh, yeah, I want my daughter to stay pure. I don't want her out here messing with these knuckleheads. In fact, I go to the gynecologist with her every year and make sure her hymen is still intact.
He lies.
That's a lie.
Yeah.
Either it's a lie or he's stupid or all of the above. Because for one, no gynecologist worth their salt is going to be like, oh, by the way, your daughter's hymen is still intact. Congratulations. The only thing that, and if you really want that or need that, they might ask her, do you want me to tell you? Because she's also an 18-year-old woman. This is not a 13-year-old. This is an 18-year-old woman. Even if they did that, they would also have to follow that up with, but this don't mean anything. Her hymen could still be intact, and she might be messing with a little penis dude. Or maybe
Or
she's
it's not intact, but
they're just
She
telling
just
her.
wiped the wrong
Right.
way one day.
Or she uses tampons. Or she's done something. She said, I'm talking about she ain't never rode a horse and she ain't no gym. The stuff he was saying, it's crazy. Not just that, though. He's focusing on the wrong thing. Suppose she's giving every dude in the job oral, in the neighborhood oral sex. Is that okay with you? Because that'll keep your hymen intact.
and at the end of the day, what if she was fucking?
Right.
What?
That's what I'm saying. But your hymen could be intact and you could be giving blowjobs all up and down the street.
Like,
You still be a hoe.
What
So,
was having
right.
sex?
So why not focus on I want you to be a queen. Respect your body. These are STIs. This is how you prevent them. I want you to know who you are and that when you decide to have sex, that it's with the person who respects you. Oh, but wait a minute. Maybe it's because I'm afraid that you're going to mess with a dude like me.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's about. It's about that. I was like, this dude, the dude was cheating on his wife multiple times that we know about. I mean, we know about like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times, let alone what's actually happened. I was like, so he's so paranoid that somebody's going to treat his daughter the way he treats all the women in his life, that he's coming up with, again, either a lie or he's stupid or I don't know what the heck is going on. Because I told my husband, I was like, I bet you the daughter's somewhere like, my dad don't do that. He's just talking. Because he is just a talker. He one of the people that just talk so much trash. He just be talking, lying, swelling, whatever. But that was just so misogynistic and crazy and stupid and non-factual and just crazy. I was just like, I'm done with social media. I was like, I can't take any more.
I'm done with T.I.
I was like, I can't take any more social media.
I love some T.I., but after he read a dictionary and he got a little vocabulary, maybe he read a dictionary and a thesaurus.
Yeah.
I don't know. But this was, when I heard this, I was like, oh my God, Andrea is going to I had already been. But I listened to The Breakfast Club. They talked about it.
Oh, did they?
Yes.
Okay.
And Angela Yee, like that's her thing, you know, the whole sex thing. It's
right.
Like her thing. And DJ Envy with his ignorant ass.
What he said?
He was just like, I mean, it's nothing wrong to go into the doctor's appointments. I take my daughter to the doctor. After 13, you as a parent, they will ask you to step out and tell you, I need you to step out right now. And they'll ask your child,
right?
Do you mind if your mom stays in here?
Yeah.
Because they did that to me, and Mackenzie's not even 13 yet, but because she's so close to it, she's like, she won't have an appointment
because health
afterwards.
First.
And they was like, Mom, if she wants you to leave, you have to leave.
Because health first.
I was like, oh my God. They were like, I just need to know why.
But my thing is, it's a false security.
And that's what Angela Yee asked. She was like, why?
Yeah.
Why don't you teach her how to protect herself? Yeah. Why don't you teach her how to not just give her body to everybody? Like she went in. But between him and Charlamagne, like Charlamagne's whole thing was like, I know women have to respect themselves, but DJ Envy did not get like.
Well, because again, he don't want somebody treating his daughter the way he treats her daughter's mother.
Yeah, and they like, I am a father, I'm involved. You can be involved.
That's not
even if you know.
That's not gonna stop your child from doing what they want to do.
And my thing is, whether it's religion or whatever, like I didn't agree with it, but like locally, we had that situation where a pastor of a prominent church, she presented a certificate to her father showing that she had remained. This scientific, her doctor did the same thing. Her hymen is still intact, and she presented that to her father on her wedding to show that she was pure. I don't agree with that, but if that's your religious view, fine. That's one thing. So accompany your daughter to the thing. But my other point is, these Negroes religious belief.
No, they just being ignorant.
They being ignorant, but also, again, what does that mean?
That's what I'm saying.
Because your daughter could literally every day take 10 dudes in the bathroom and give them oral sex. And guess what? Her hymen would still be intact.
Yep.
So instead of focusing on some arbitrary foolishness, why don't you have a conversation with her about who she is, respecting her body? And I guarantee you, if you teach her these things,
go a long way.
She may not be a virgin at 19 because that means nothing. But she will likely be treated right and have a man who treats and have someone who. Or how about you live your life in a way in which your wife is not on the radio and people don't know that you've had a relationship with Erica Mena, or if you're T.I., that you've had relationships with several other women, and they don't just know that this is the way that men treat women. So that's my thing. They're in there acting all misogynistic and caveman-like and invading their daughter's privacy because of the things they did. Yep, this has nothing to do with them and their bodies or anything. And it's arbitrary, it's stupid, it's not even scientific. If your daughter is the type of Envy's daughter, she's going to all them white private schools. She's probably using tampons. That'll break your hymen. Use the tampon 200 times. That's gonna break your hymen. Like, what in the crazy foolish? Like, I was like, I'm about to be done with social media this week. I'm gonna have to go on the fast.
When I heard it, I was like, Andrew's.
I was so hot because I didn't know. I had seen it all day, and then Planned Parenthood got involved. What did T.I. say? And when I heard it, I was like, and then so many people, mostly black men, saying crazy things like, well, he's a father, and if he wants to raise his daughter and people can't get involved with how he's raising his child, sure, but it's stupid. And again, it means nothing. if your hymen is because a lot of women in a lot of cultures, their hymens are intact and they are sexually active or they may be sexually, and they have learned how to get around that because they know people are checking for their hymen. So they may do other things.
Right.
So it means nothing. So if you just want to say your hymen's intact because you want to say that, well, congratulations and Merry Christmas. I mean, sure, knock yourself out. But when you get the message that when you have 5 dudes be like, oh, but I was with Deja, and you're like, no, because her hymen's intact. No, that's not how that works. And so I just could not believe he said that. I was just so appalled on so many levels.
I was so disappointed. I like T.I. I like his shows. I like all of that.
I can't.
But I just be like, oh,
Yeah,
why?
Like, why you open your mouth?
I can't listen to his podcast because he mansplains the whole time.
Oh, I can imagine how that is.
When Tiny was on there,
he was interrupting her a lot.
he just interrupted her the whole time. She couldn't get her thoughts out.
Wow.
And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I can't even like you anymore.
I was done. I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm throwing the whole internet away.
Yeah.
I was out on social. I was like, I am. I'm still thinking
I didn't
about
see the Ja Rule thing.
how I need to.
Yeah,
Deidre called me. She was like, so you all right over here? I was like, why? She's like, I saw you on Ball Alert. I was like, oh. Yeah. It's just so stupid. I just can't take it.
I know she writes it and she deletes it. But for her to post it, I was like,
sometimes she gets that. One gets in.
I'm like, because I didn't know what happened.
Okay.
I didn't know what happened. So she's like, you didn't see it? I was like, no.
I be so fired up. I be like, you talk about Twitter fingers. I be real fired up. I'm like, no,
so,
I'm not going to do it.
So you got Who Needs Friends?
I want to talk about Kanye. I know we put him in the second shut.
I'm just trying to have a peaceful week.
So look, I know they gonna argue against me, but okay. I started listening to Kanye's new CD while we were off. Okay, so Jesus is King. Now he got some little hits on it. I can't even lie. Like the God Is joint is like my favorite, and
I'm dying.
And it's only my favorite because that is my grandmother's favorite song. God is my grandmother. Like if we in a place of worship, my grandmother will grab the mic and start singing God Is. I swear, like at any occasion, funeral, praise and worship, it don't matter.
That's a lie. I did not listen to this whole CD.
You did. It said your name. That's part of the reason why I listened to it. Because I was boycotting the whole CD, but then I looked on it, it had AH. I said, oh, let me see.
I got a piece of the story.
Andrea Hill had listened to the
So
CD.
you can't be friends with people on Apple Music.
So I said, well, I'm going to give it a try.
Apple Music.
Andrea listened to it. Let me listen.
I have not listened to it.
So my nephew had listened to it because he's the ultimate Kanye fan, even despite all the stuff Kanye has done. But my thing is this. Can Kanye be delivered? Because just because Kanye is now, he has like found God.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why can't nobody allow him to have found God? Now that the man has found God, why everybody is criticizing him saying, oh my God, da, 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 da. He's taking this CD and going to another level. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, okay, he's saved. Like I don't know how saved he is. I don't know if somebody saved him.
Well, I don't think you can measure somebody's salvation.
But I'm not going to knock him for being, who he is. But in the CD, it's like really good. You can listen to it on your way to church. I listened to it today. God is, and like he got a lot of good songs on it. And I just feel bad. Kanye, stop saying ignorant shit so people can get into this CD. You are now have found God. You trying to walk another road. Stop talking about political things. Like I just don't understand Kanye. Just stop.
Oh, sorry about that. We back. Yeah. So no, so I do agree. So I'm not like some people. So I know like one of our favorite podcasts, The League, like they feel like his album is fake and his is blasphemous or something. I don't agree with that. I like really and truly believe that like he's found. I believe he's found God, and everybody's salvation is personal. All that. First of all, Apple Music. I did not listen to the Jesus is King CD because I am personally boycotting Kanye. I don't necessarily think, and it's not the kind of boycott where I think everybody has to boycott him, but my soul can't get on the Kanye bandwagon right now. But what I did is when they were having the controversy about is it gospel or hip hop, I checked back in to see if it was labeled as gospel, and it's not. It's still hip hop or whatever. And I do think it should be gospel. My issue with Kanye, and I'm happy for him and his salvation, and I do believe he is genuine in this, because this is not new for Kanye. Like, he's had other songs like Jesus Walks and other songs with religious overtones. Like, it's been brewing. A lot of
his music have.
Yeah, he tried to say that the life of Pablo was religious and spiritual. I disagree with that. I just but the one song, the Ultralight Beam, that is a religious song. Like, Ultralight Beam is
that I definitely would.
So I believe in Kanye from that perspective. My issue. The shit that he says is not okay.
It's out of control.
So between the MAGA stuff and the black people don't have culture.
He just God.
I can't. Is he really saying this, or is this media just trying to portray him to say?
I heard it out his mouth.
He's saying it. You
don't believe it. I heard the words coming out his mouth.
So like, that's not what he said.
And you know, I don't want to believe it. But that's the thing that's crazy to me is because, and I think, like, I didn't see the whole interview, but Amanda Stills kind of hit on this, like, that Kanye is powerful. Like, he has such a platform and a following, and it's so dangerous, the things he's saying, because people believe him. And then the unknowing, the ignorant, the millennial, and not that I don't think millennials are ignorant, but I think there are a lot of millennials who follow him and be like, yeah, what he's saying sounds good. No, it don't. You gotta know your history. And the stuff that he's saying is dangerous because he's so powerful in his role and he's so popular and his platform, and people hear him and believe him, and it's scary that you could have a whole generation of young black kids who will be like, you know what, Kanye made a point. And it's the point if you don't know your history. And so that's why I'm like, he's so dangerous, because he is so powerful, and he has so many people, white, black, all ethnicities. And I love that he put out this is the album I've been waiting for, you Kanye. That's why it hurts. Because I'm like, oh, this is the Kanye I've been waiting for, and now I can't even really support it because I can't.
I listened to it about 5 times.
I haven't listened to the album, but what I listened to last week was the mashup of How Excellent and something else. And I mean, I don't even know what he got to do with it, because he got a whole choir and a choir director.
Yeah, I'm like,
but that joint was the truth. I was watching the little video. I was like having a little church.
You didn't have the choir without
the church and the choir director.
He comes in like, so like I said, God is. He got this girl. Her voice, her vocals are banging. Like, she is hitting it, right? And then he comes in on his little piano and he starts singing. I'm like I didn't do that with Kanye. Like, but I just was like, oh.
Yeah, whatever the mix was, I heard it was How Excellent.
I was like, how come he just can't have his little deliverance without all the backlash? So it's like, Kanye, I know you're never gonna hear this, but I just want you to stop talking. Don't do no interviews. Do your music. Let people enjoy you. If you have found your salvation, by all means, yes, like, just have your salvation. Follow your God's, whatever God is saying to you. Just don't talk. Have your interpersonal prayer. And if you gotta save some people, save the people around you. Don't make it public. Just leave it alone, because people don't believe you. And I don't want anybody's belief in God not to be believed because of their views.
Yeah.
I guess that's my whole point.
No, I agree. And I mean, I think that's not fair. So I think the criticism he's got that he's faking or this is
marketing. Yeah, like, I like he's faking.
Yeah, I don't think that's fair.
You didn't even have to, like, look at his face and tell that he's, like, changed.
And a lot of people, when we call them new Christians. Yeah. Like, I was one. I was one of them. And I know.
Oh, my God.
First of all, you
a little bit.
But I was one of them. So you're kind of like on fire.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
She was a judger. She had me going there.
She had us in the club with wine. Remember when she wouldn't drink liquor and she would only drink wine in the club, and we'd be like, well, we want to
had me at young
adult ministry
on a Friday. I would drive her home and go hit the bar. Like, look, I got my God. I'm praying over. But you not go. You going
anyway?
She's like, no. I'm like, all right. See you later.
Anyway. So I know what that feels like, because new Christians, you're kind of on fire. But my issue with Kanye West is how he openly supports this man in office. I really can't bring myself to say his name. And I just think this, Trump is just
dangerous.
He's very dangerous. And
But you'd be surprised how many people support that. Like, I have family members who support Trump.
Yeah,
like,
and
believe it or not.
it's so dangerous for people. I just don't understand how people can separate things like that. They think about their own self-interest.
Yeah, but they don't think about the
They don't think
world
about
as a whole.
the collective, unit of like just the people in this country. But yeah, my other problem though is this honestly isn't Kanye's fault, but we are more, I think, feel like as Black people, we are more forgiving of men than we are women.
That's true.
And so women have had a couple of women have had a couple of missteps and have not been able to recover. Kanye he fell.
He never
But he didn't
down.
really fall
I mean,
off.
the man was just at Howard University. I mean,
Yeah, like he fell, but he
Yeah.
really fall off.
No.
And we have these Black women who have done things like Chrisette Michele.
Well,
And she made a whole bunch of missteps,
but
and
I
she
also
has not
think
been able
too.
to recover herself at
Well, and
all.
I think too. I mean, I'll be honest. As someone who's a diehard Kanye fan, and someone who like Chrisette Michele, it's way easier to cover Chrisette Michele.
Yeah, you're like, oh,
She wasn't as important to the culture as Kanye is.
yeah.
She wasn't as important to the culture,
But,
but so I do agree with you. But also, I'm like,
Yeah,
that's
the same
I
thing.
just let her go. I was like, oh,
I can kind of
Yeah.
stop listening to
wait.
it.
So I think I'm just about over. That was my jam. I'd be like, I can get rid of that song.
Yeah.
Like, that's not what's
That was the same thing with Daniel Caesar. When he made his missteps, people were like,
I love Daniel Caesar, but if I never hear him again,
yeah, right.
That's how I feel about Chrisette Michele. I love her voice. Like, Stairway to Heaven, all that. I'm like, no. I
But
cut her off.
But there's been more than one occasion where Black women have had some missteps and have not been able to recover. But yeah, Kanye still continues. But I understand Kanye's platform has been much larger than the other like Black women who have had some missteps. But it's not a symptom of him. I think that's just a symptom of like
the culture,
and and patriarchy. How men are always kind of lifted above women, but
I just wish, and I hate to say this, I just wish, like you said, I just wish he wouldn't share his views.
Yeah.
Because at first I thought he was done, and then I could almost feel myself coming back to Kanye. I said, okay, well maybe he's focusing on his salvation.
I was like,
Then he started talking about Black people don't have culture, and I'm like, again, and I
I
hate to keep coming back to his mother.
Crazy.
But his mother was like a professor of like African American
Studies,
studies, and I feel like if she was here, she would never let him get away with this because she would educate him. But the other thing I have an issue with, and I was telling Leslie about this, he has so many people that he knows who are cool with him still, who haven't canceled him, like the Pharrells and the Commons and the John Legends. Like, can't they arrange a meeting with him and like Eric Michael Dyson and be like,
I think they do.
Yeah,
and be like, here's the literature, dude, or like here's what you're doing that's wrong, or like here's the history. But you're right, because he's in a place now he want to be called the genius Christian billionaire or whatever. So, but I also think, and I hate to make this excuse for him, but I was telling my husband this. He had an interview the other day, and he had this glaze over his eyes that either he is on medication or something is. I mean, he has a mental illness. I don't know what it is. I mean, that doesn't excuse the things he's saying.
I think he was
bipolar. But he had one of the it's certain things that like sometimes people with mental illnesses they have like this look, and he had it. And I was like, oh, I saw it in an interview. I was like, oh. And it like took me about.
His little dialect changes depending on who he's talking
weird.
to. It's just very weird.
So sometimes
does change.
When he's with white interviewers, he's like he's from overseas, like he's from London or something. But then if he's talking to if he's talking to like a Sway or a Charlemagne or something, he like and I'm like, who are you today?
It's very weird.
And I just feel so bad for him. I really do, and I always say this: since his mother died,
he ain't been right.
He has not been right, and that just shows you about grieving of people. But
then
we can keep going.
We can, and we talked about this before, and you're right. But I also feel like you and me, you couldn't go to your job at the school tomorrow and be like, my mother died 15 years ago, and I'm still shook up. They'd be like, well, we need you to teach these classes.
Yeah, well, no, they would be like,
call the EAP. We're gonna give you numbers to the EAP.
No, they're not even gonna do that. I think we'll have a long-term sub come in, and then you can go and get yourself.
Like
they're not gonna I'm not gonna have a job. Like
so it's like how long can we use that excuse? But at the same time, I feel like as a professor in African American studies, she will also be like, Kanye, you know better than this.
Yeah.
And his father is like rather militant.
Yeah.
So the whole thing, I think is still this is my personal conspiracy theory. I think it got everything to do with the fact that Obama called him out, and Jay-Z and Beyonce had this very close relationship with the Obamas. And see, with Kim and doing the prison reform thing, Kim is very cool with Trump. You know, Trump likes all the celebrities.
Yeah.
And so now they're cool with the Trumps. And so he has his own president now because Obama carried him. Like when he did the Taylor Swift thing, Obama was like, oh, that fool. And he called him something silly or stupid or Kanye is a fool or something real flippant. And I think that hurt his feelings. And the fact that J&B had their own president, that they were super cool with going to Camp David with all of that.
Yeah, like they go to their concerts.
Yes,
they literally
they
go
are
to
like
their
this.
concerts.
So I think he felt away. So now he has a president that he's cool with. And, my thing is, I would even be okay if he liked, I would be okay. But it would be better if he liked Trump if he didn't wear the MAGA hat. Because the Make America Great Again has racism embedded in that. So when you talk about making America great and what Trump and his people are talking about making America great, that's not for you. And if you think and you look like a coon, you look like you are shucking and jiving and every other derogatory word
on national TV.
Yes.
He knows it.
Like every other derogatory, but he's bigger than that. He's going to overcome it. Like you are making yourself look like the coon. And I hate to use all these words, but he is
literally like
he is every derogative word when he does that. And so I could even understand. He's like, man, Trump, my boy, a billionaire, yeah. That would be more understandable. But when he puts on like the MAGA hat, that takes it to a whole nother hurtful level.
It's to the point where Jeezy had a hat on the other day, and I had to like stop his. And I know Jeezy was not like
because my president is black,
but I still was like, I know he ain't date Jenny now, and all of a sudden, I literally had to like put my finger. Y'all know I'm not the political one out of this group. Like I come and go, and I choose to, do whatever size I want, but. I literally was like up in arms about it, and then I was like, oh, okay.
That's not what that is,
right? I can't quite read what it say, but it don't say Make America Great. But it looked just like the hat, and I was like, hot. Like, it just, like, boiled up inside of me.
But to your point, I don't think his salvation is questionable. And I believe he has found God.
Yeah, I absolutely believe it.
I'm happy for him. To that extent. And I don't doubt the music is fire. My personal conviction, I ain't listening to that CD because I know I probably would like it too. And I really would have a struggle.
I know.
But I haven't listened to anything.
And the only reason why I listened to it was because I saw your letters. I ain't even gonna lie. Like when they boycott something, and I have another friend, Lakita, who boycotts, and I'll be like, so who we boycotting? I'll be like, now wait, now what we doing? Now why we boycotting these people? I gotta know.
She was there for the call. She might understand it. But
I don't know what's going on, but they said it ain't right, so we gotta go with it. So I won't eat Papa John's.
Apple Music is lying on me like that.
And then I was like, can we shop at Justice? Because my kids like Justice. I'm like, Lakita, your kids can go to Justice? She'd be like, yeah. I'd be like, okay, cool. We can do this. Look, I'm a ride for you. I'm loyal, but I'm just saying, I'm gonna ask what we doing. We can't go ahead while we can't go
Apple
ahead.
Music is lying.
They got you down, AH.
But yeah, that is exactly why. Because I was like, because there was the whole controversy of why
album
it was hip hop and that gospel, but they were like, I guess whenever you upload it, you pick your own category.
I can see that.
So they're like, I guess his people.
He doesn't curse on anything.
Don't even hype it because I don't doubt that it's probably good. I just can't.
I'm telling you, I was just saying. I listened to it on the way to church. I
just can't.
Even the clips on it, but no.
Yeah, I saw that. I was interested too.
And the pastor brother.
Yeah, but a lot of people. I mean, his friends are still friends with him. Like John Legend is like.
I don't believe in his beliefs, but
they're still cool.
Will. Yeah, he'll be like, look, I don't know what he's saying.
But that just shows a true friendship because
it is, and that's how
you had your friends. You be like, man, they wild. I don't really know what they be doing, but you know what I'm saying? That's my my dude, that's my girl. They real crazy, but
and I ain't even saying cancel him. I just personally I can't. But like I said, I definitely believe that. I don't doubt his salvation and all that he's saying. Like I said, this isn't even brand new to me for Kanye. Like, if you listen to Kanye's music, you know he's always been in touch spiritually.
Yeah,
and now he has just, I guess, gone all the way. So, good for him. If he can just turn this other corner and somebody can talk some sense in his head and some of his political views and his racial views, then we could maybe get back on board.
Yeah, so I'm just going to finish this off by who needs a friend this week is Kids Bop Karen.
Did you see her?
Did you see that?
She was like, you bitch.
And we weren't, none of us were involved.
She was like, you bitch.
No, because my kids are in the car listening to Kids Bop. So if you guys do not know, this lady went viral because I guess this woman was in the back seat of an Uber or Lyft car, and I think the driver almost hit this woman's kids or something. I don't know.
And the driver owned up. Like, it was their fault. It was the driver's fault.
But somehow the lady in the back seat got into it with this woman and started recording her. And the woman, she was hilarious. She wasn't trying to be. No. But she was hilarious.
Another assignment for you is to hashtag Kids Bop Karen.
And so now Kids Bop Karen has gone viral. And, at the same, this wasn't anything. Usually people go viral. It's because a white person is trying to police a black person in some type of ridiculous way. This was nothing like that.
It was just white women.
White women.
White versus white.
And whatever the Lyft driver was, because he wasn't white.
No, he wasn't white.
He was like, Lord.
He was just being ridiculous. So the girl recorded this whole interaction. Kids Bop Karen was calling her all type of bitches.
You bitch.
And stuck her tongue out at her.
Yes. She was just so weird. She was like,
no bitch.
Yeah.
She was you just gotta watch it. But now she's gone viral. So she's not gonna lose her job. She's not gonna listen to
but she said she wants all the royalties if she goes viral. I want all the royalties.
So she messaged the girl that uploaded the video and was basically like, yeah, this is going viral, so I want all royalties. Which it doesn't happen like that with
not with a viral. You'll get nothing.
You get nothing. You literally get nothing.
You get notoriety.
The girl who took her wig off and she'd be sitting there like she would be a millionaire right now.
What girl?
You know the little dark skinned girl, she be had all made up and then she be on the couch and she be like
oh, but she's a comedian. Lala. No, not Lala. Not Lala. No, it's another comedian. It's a skinny girl. She's a comedian. She has all these videos. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Was she fun? The one who be like this? She's a comedian.
I did not know.
Yeah. So Kids Bop Karen she needs a friend.
But that girl didn't get the money. The girl, you know what I'm talking about? The girl, she's in a fast food restaurant. And she's not very attractive.
Oh, the one that looks a little.
Yeah, and she doing this
with the long neck.
It's a real old.
Oh, the old one.
And
she like a little ponytail.
Yeah, and she be like.
Nobody gets money.
Nobody gets money from going viral.
This.
Nobody gets money from going viral. Like going viral within itself.
No, if you build something off of it,
right.
But you get notoriety. That's
it.
Because the cat is taking me out.
The cat meme and the lady from is it Housewives?
Beverly Hills.
The little cat be sitting there like.
No, have y'all seen when they replaced? They like, who ate the cat? And the pastor
pastor. Yes.
I haven't seen that. Man, people are wild.
People are hilarious.
Oh, wow.
That little cat be sitting there like
Maryland. It's Maryland.
No, there was the National Harbor one. And someone said, it's National Harbor. And the cat was like,
I see.
I mean, all of them. And when you want to text when these was all late, try to send this stuff. I was like, this has been out for like 3 days.
I haven't seen it. I was dying.
You had already seen it.
I had already seen them. Yeah, the cat.
I ain't seen it.
They was like, have y'all seen this? I was like, yes, 3 days ago.
The cat has been cracking me up.
That, and we were talking about Keke Palmer earlier. That joins his hilarious. When they be like,
I don't know
this man. I'm sorry if I'm supposed to know this man. Sorry to this man, I'm supposed to know it. I mean, her face is so sad. And it's Dick Cheney. Y'all know she's looking at a picture of Dick Cheney.
Oh, it's Dick Cheney.
So something had happened, and the interviewer was talking about Dick Cheney and something. And they were like, so do you know? And she was like, I don't know this man.
I thought it was a guy she was
Sorry.
sorry.
No, but that's how the memes have evolved. And she's like,
I
sorry.
knew it was a vice president
Because
that
she was,
couldn't
yeah.
name,
And so she was
but I
like,
didn't know who it was.
if I'm supposed to, you know how you be like, if I'm supposed to know.
She's like, this man's walking down the street. I wouldn't know who this man
I wouldn't know
is.
who he is. Like, sorry to this nigga. She apologized. She's like,
Sorry, the internet is
Sorry.
out of control.
sorry to
But
this
what
man.
makes her
if I'm supposed to
what
know
makes
her.
her think her meme even better is her eyelashes. I don't know why it makes it
It's
better.
everything.
Everything
And
about
she's
it.
so
She's
serious.
just like-
Because she's like,
I don't know. Her eyelashes so long. I don't know who this man is.
It's like Mariah.
I don't know who this
Oh,
man is.
I don't know her.
I don't know her.
Mariah and
I
the
might,
J
have
Lo.
heard, I might have heard her music,
But
I don't
nobody
know
throws
her.
shade better than Mariah. Because Mariah, you talking
Yeah.
about the
Did
rich
y'all see-
white woman.
Wait, did y'all see the one with like Nicki Minaj is like yelling in the background, and she's like, "So by the way, I have sold $2.4 million worth of whatever." And when you get that close,
Yes. She was like, I don't know if you know, but when you have a number one hit, it was from when they won American Idol.
Yeah,
Yes.
she was like, "Because I have sold."
She was like, she doesn't know this, but or something like that. She was talking to the person. She was like, when you have a number one hit, it's a lot of pressure to the.
I was like, "Oh," because Nicki Minaj was trying to talk over her, and she was like, "She doesn't know."
But when your song goes double platinum, I mean, it was just all them kind of like just jab.
Oh
Mariah Carey is queen of the shade. Like she just and she throws it just like how Funky Don't Even says a rich white woman.
Did you see the message I sent you with Funky Don't Even today? No, I sent it on Facebook.
I must have missed that. Okay, I gotta look at it.
All right, we gotta wrap it up.
All right, y'all. We know we went a little long, but it's a lot of stuff to catch up with. So
Yes.
we appreciate y'all listening and watching. Please subscribe below. The button is red now.
Yes, it's red. Hit the red bell. Hit the red bell. Subscribe.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.